That's your song? You smiling so hard. You think you can let me too? Be careful now. Oh, shit! Oh. Hold on, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out, all the way, all the way, all the way. I ended up coming down here for New Year's with a couple of friends. You know, just supposed to be for a few hours, you know, just chilling. Wasn't even gonna drink, just have a nice time. Because we had to drive back. We had to drive all the way back to Gulfport. So gets a little bit into the night. Not even, the night is still so fresh. We literally just got there. We're barely dancing, barely doing anything. You hear the screech of tires, and when I turn my head around, there's like a Yukon or Escalade or something just barreling down the street, bro. I kid you not, like real life horror movie. Everything in the car is hitting. It's getting thrown. It's getting thrown up into the air and away and just or under the car. I didn't look hard enough to like see anything too much, but when I did see it, so it was me in the middle, my friend in front of me, and I had another smaller friend behind. So when I ended up did see, me and the friend that were in the front ended up, you know how the bars have the divots, the cutouts.
Yeah.
So apparently he's coming up all onto the sidewalk and all that, but by that time we had already made it inside the divot, or is what I thought. Until once we get inside the divot and the car passes, I turn around to like look who's all in here, because it was supposed to be 3 of us. I turn around to look who's all in here, and I don't see my friend. And I just start screaming and yelling, and I'm like, nah, where are you? And I turn and I look in the street, and her right leg is flipped like horror movie style over her back, and it's just blood, and like it was just blood. And I turned to look down the street, and there's just bodies littered throughout the entire street. Like I kid you not, like broken bones, legs, necks, and it's just all down the street. People just sitting there bleeding, bro, bleeding.
Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. Nikyra Cheyenne Dedeaux, affectionately known as Biscuit by her family, was a sweet, ambitious young woman who grew up surrounded by love in a large family. As one of 6 children and the third born, she was her parents' favorite. Not just for her achievements, but for her infectious, high-spirited personality. She was the family comedian, always making others laugh, and her energy lit up every room she entered. Cheyenne maintained good grades throughout high school, earning honor roll distinctions while playing basketball, and was deeply inspired by her mother, Melissa. Watching her mom work tirelessly to earn 4 degrees while raising 6 children motivated Cheyenne to follow in her footsteps. After graduating from Harrison Central High School in Gulfport, Mississippi in 2024, Cheyenne was excited to begin her journey into nursing, just like her mother. Cheyenne was set to start at Blue Cliff College in New Orleans on January 13th, a school renowned for its nursing program and job placement opportunities. She had already begun looking for apartments near the campus, eager to take the next step in her life. But before starting this new chapter, she decided to ring in the new year with her cousin and friend Zion Parsons in New Orleans. It was a last-minute secret plan she made with excitement, wanting to celebrate the start of 2025 in a city full of life and energy. After kissing her mother goodbye, she set off for New Orleans, not knowing it would be the last time her family would see her alive. Tragically, exactly 1 year after they had mourned the loss of her grandfather. On New Year's Eve, the trio spent the night enjoying the festivities on Bourbon Street. They laughed, danced, and soaked in the celebratory atmosphere. But shortly after 3 a.m. on January 1st, as they left Voodoo Chicken and Daiquiris near Bienville Street, their joyous night turned into a nightmare. A truck came barreling through the crowd, and Cheyenne darted into the street, directly into its path. She was killed instantly. But the horror didn't end there. This was no accident. The driver, 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar of Beaumont, Texas, was a sleeper cell terrorist who deliberately targeted the crowd in a calculated attack.
Like, it looked like something out of a movie, the way these bodies were mangled. And we had just seen this one girl outside dancing when we were walking up. And not to be too graphic, but she was flattened. This was a full-size F-150 4x4, and this girl didn't even look human. And then another one had to be a mother. She was dead in front of us, right at my feet, just twisted skull. I mean, I could just keep going.
Jabbar, a disgruntled former soldier, had a history of anger and instability. After failed marriages and mounting financial struggles, he pledged allegiance to ISIS and plotted an act of terror. Originally planning to kill his own family, Jabbar decided instead to target the New Year's Eve celebrations in New Orleans, believing it was a more impactful way to strike against what he saw as disbelievers. He rented a Ford pickup truck through the Turo app, drove to New Orleans, and carried out his attack, killing 14 people, including Cheyenne, before being shot down by police. On January 2nd, the FBI confirmed the incident was a terrorist attack, adding to the grief and outrage felt by the victims' families and the community.
First and foremost, let me be very clear about this point. This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act. This was obviously a critical incident, and with that, lots of information and tips come pouring in from law enforcement, first responders, and the public. We have been aggressively running down these tips and information. As you all know, that takes time, and we will continue to do so until every lead has been followed through on. As for a timeline, at this point, investigators believe Jabbar picked up the rented F-150 in Houston, Texas on December 30th. He then drove from Houston to New Orleans on the evening of the 31st, and he posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS. There were 5 videos posted on Jabbar's Facebook account, which are time-stamped beginning at 1:29 a.m. and the last at 3:02 a.m. In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote. Additionally, he stated he had joined ISIS before this summer. He also provided a will and testament. FBI and ATF. FBI, we have a couple different scenes at the location. We have released the scene at Bourbon Street. That scene has been released. We also have a scene off of Mandeville address where we're currently searching that scene right now. FBI and ATF agents have secured that house, and that location is being searched for potential evidence. On New Year's morning, Jabbar opened fire after ramming through a blocked-off area of Bourbon Street, used his truck as a weapon to run over the victims. Teams of specially trained victim specialists, again, as I said, are on the ground here in New Orleans, assisting survivors of the attack and loved ones of the deceased.
Following this tragic incident, one glaring question remains. Why weren't the sidewalk barricades in place to prevent such a devastating attack? The failure to implement basic safety measures in a city known for massive New Year's Eve crowds is both infuriating and unacceptable.
Let me show y'all what wasn't in place. This broke, and now they finally brought these out. A reporter was smart enough to ask the police chief, why wasn't this on the sidewalk? If y'all have them now, where were they? They was in storage. And I'm very familiar with these. I stopped seeing these about 2 years ago. But when they first got them, they was out plenty of times. So we had, I'm not saying it was preventable, but let me get out your way, baby. I'm not saying this was preventable. I'm only showing y'all that we had things that could have prevented this from happening. I'm only showing y'all in real time. If this would have been up, he couldn't go here. It ain't even wide enough for a truck. He couldn't go here. And he would have hit a pole. And right there where she's standing, a garbage can was there the other day.
As more details of this heartbreaking tragedy come to light, they offer no comfort to the grieving families whose pain remain immeasurable after losing their loved ones. Cheyenne's parents, Melissa and Nicholas, are shattered by her loss. Just 1 year after Melissa announced the passing of Cheyenne's grandfather, she took to Facebook to express her heartbreak and warn others. When your parents say don't go anywhere, please listen to them. This was an act of terrorism, and now my baby is gone, y'all. My baby is gone. She is no longer with us. I lost my baby. Just pray for me and my family, please. God, I need you now. Her pain is immeasurable as she grapples with the fact that her daughter's first major decision as an adult to celebrate her new life ended in such a tragic and senseless way. While Cheyenne's death was caused by the monstrous actions of Jabbar, her choice to attend the celebrations in New Orleans adds a bitter layer of tragedy to this story. Her dreams of becoming a nurse, her bright personality, and her joyous spirit were stolen in an instant. Jabbar, who will never face justice for his horrific actions, leaves behind a wake of devastation not only for Cheyenne's family, but for all 14 victims and their loved ones. As the Dedeaux family navigates their unimaginable loss, let us keep them and all the victims in our thoughts and prayers. May Nikyra Cheyenne Dedeaux rest in peace, and may her story serve as a reminder of the preciousness of life and the deep, far-reaching harm caused by acts of hatred and violence.